Made it to my car just as this like sleety rain just started pouring down. This could be an interesting day. So tomorrow I'm actually going to Dollywood with a bunch of friends, which is going to be a blast. It's the same friends that were in the Goats on the Roof vlog, if you saw that. So it'll be a very interesting day. There are more of us this time though, so I'll mostly just be along for the ride for that one, just kind of chilling and doing whatever they want to do. Oh, it's really sleeting now. But for today, I just randomly decided, why not go to Dollywood 2 days in a row? Why the heck not? I'm totally entering like peak coaster enthusiast here, where you just visit your home park way too much. I hear about people going to their home parks like just like after work as like a normal thing to do after work and after school and stuff. So like in the whole coaster enthusiast world, it's not as weird as it seems, although it is still kind of funny with as many times as I've already gone to Dollywood this year to be going again. 2 days in a row, let's go. Yeah, it started raining and now it's just pure sleet. The weather service does say it's not supposed to freeze on the roads, so we should be perfectly fine. But like, it's just cold. It's in the 30s right now. It is April. It should not be in the 30s in April in Tennessee. Like that should not be a thing. So just parked in A lot. There are cars behind me, but as you can see, half of A lot is empty and all of the lots behind it are empty too. It's pretty dead as a doornail here today, as kind of to be expected considering it's, you know, in the 30s right now and lightly raining. That is a terrible theme park day. So hopefully that scares a lot of people off and we just have a completely dead day today. Originally, when I decided to come today to make this into a 2 day in a row extravaganza for me, it was supposed to get up to the upper 50s, which is still not great, but it's more comfortable. And the rain was supposed to be done by like 11. Now it's supposed to rain until like 5 p.m. and the high has dropped down to like the mid 40s. So yeah, it'll be an interesting day to say the least. So when I entered in today, I was handed this welcome to Dollywood pamphlet. Again, a very nice like glossy paper, so but kind of like the FAQ I got a few weeks ago. This is just explaining the whole parking lot thing, so evidently people are very confused. It basically highlights how everything is one way now and kind of how to get around, although I think this map actually makes it look more confusing than it actually is. It's really pretty simple. You just drive in the same direction you'd been driving, you'll make it out eventually. It also says that the current work is the first project in a multi-phase, multi-year parking complex redesign, which I think I mentioned before. I thought this was just phase 1 of the parking, and they evidently, I'm 100% correct on that. It will be interesting to see how the parking lot continues to change. I know Dollywood said, I believe last year it was, they said that their current parking lot was going to be too small for those peak capacity days within the next 5 years, I think it was. So, and this project actually reduced their parking capacity. It increased their efficiency, getting people in and out, but it reduced the capacity. So now it's probably going to be less than 5 years before they're out of parking capacity on the busier days based on their current growth projections. So it'll be interesting to see how they remedy the like parking spot issue. I've heard a lot of rumors about a parking garage, which would make a lot of sense, but the way that they've done this parking lot redesign, I'm not 100% sure about that. The thing is, there's just no flat land anywhere around here to pave a parking lot, and the hills are so steep that that would be a crazy construction project to build new lots. So it's all an interesting situation to see where it goes. It's slightly comical how close the AP tram stop is to where the trams drop you off anyway. So yeah, I'm just gonna walk. Oh, I think I barely missed it, but Wild Eagle is crawling. Oh my gosh. I might head there soon after getting in the park, just so I can experience some of that hang time. I don't think I've ever seen it run that slow. It's sleeting again. It's freaking sleeting. I have an umbrella, but I kind of don't want to dig it out. So even though it's sleeting, lightning rod be running. And I want to get a ride real quick because I hear that like during rain or after rain, this ride runs insane because of how wet the track gets wet, and again that makes it really slick, so it just flies. But then again, it also is cold, so if it's running faster because of the rain and slower because of the cold, it might just be running the same as usual, but we'll go find out. It might be somewhat painful with the like sleet hitting you, pegging you in the face, flying that fast on a roller coaster. We'll have to find out. I've actually never ridden a roller coaster in the rain before, so experience time.
1-4
I
and
haven't seen the
3-1.
ride this dead in a while, but they are running 2 trains with nobody here, so this will be fast. Alright, they're cycling this train empty because we just got told that they're going to be taking a train off the track because they don't like to run 2 trains in the rain, which makes sense, actually.
Welcome back to the upper uphill, so complete stop, wait 5 seconds, push up on those lap bars, then fasten your seatbelt, exit to the left. Don't forget any loose articles, and have a great rest of your day here at Dollywood. Backing it up.
I can explain why that makes sense if they don't know, but here they go. Dang, I got this brick pillar right here. Bad placement, but all good. Alright, they're about to bring it down. We have to close this thing to bring it? That's funny. I guess it's because that lowers the walkway, so nobody walks off the edge. Check and make sure, I guess, that it's locked. All good. Alright, now they're gonna do an employee ride around and then it'll be good to reopen here. Seems to be running a little slow today, but also the tram is empty, so So they just put the other train away, but now this one, on one of the cars, the lights aren't lighting up, which the lights are what indicate whether the restraints are locked or not, and that's what allows the computer to dispatch. So without the lights, no dispatch. I think they're calling maintenance back again. And maintenance literally left 30 seconds ago after taking the train off. Lights came on, so that's a heck of a good sign. Looks like they're getting ready to work on the box a little bit. Alright, moment of truth. Lights on. It's that one up there that was having a problem. They gotta do it backwards. It's not calibrated quite right, but... And... Oh, I don't think they're connecting it. Oh, this came on. Yeah, still no. Still no lights. Dang. They're gonna back it up. No, they're gonna go forward. I don't know what they're doing. They're closing the gate again, which means they're probably gonna lower that down. I don't know if they're going to stop this train here and then put the other train back on, switch them out, or what? It'll be interesting. I'm gonna stay. I got nothing else to do. Yep, they stopped that train on the brake run and they are moving the platform down. So I think they're gonna swap the trains out. So I guess it's a good thing they had to go down to one train anyway. They just picked the wrong train to take off. Lifting her up. Just swapping now. Here it comes. It's kind of cool to see both trains stacked on the brake runs because that's just not something you usually see. A normal operation that would never really happen, so interesting for sure. Alright, train 2, get out of here with your faulty sensors or whatever the deal was. So hopefully it was something on the train and not the track, or else we're just going to run into the same problem again. Dude's taking a ride down there. Can't get a good view, but since there's actually an opening in the bottom of the station track, you can actually see the train in the maintenance bay from the station. Pretty cool. But yeah, alright, it's back up. Let's hope this one actually interfaces properly. All the cars, fingers crossed. I can't see all the cars from here, but we'll look at that one problematic car. See if it was the contacts on the track or not. I just tried the launch reset, which means just tried the brake run reset. I don't know why they have to keep scooting it back, but they had to do that some last year, but I thought they got that fixed over the off season. And looks like that one's working now. I see lights. Hopefully it's good. Alright, buddy. On one train it takes so long for it to crawl around that brake run corner, but hopefully it's good this time around. Fingers crossed. I guess they'll do a staff ride soon, and hopefully it's good after that. Drop line is still closed weeks later, so I guess they're waiting for like a full accident report. So it might be a while on that one. Nothing else running though. They got lightning rod back up with the other train. I rode it. It was fun. It was kind of slow, not my best ride on it. Then again, it is like 36 degrees and the train was half empty, so probably had a lot to do with it. This fountain looks like somewhere I do not want to be today. I thought about doing some water rides today, but not with these temperatures. But yeah, I'm gonna go get some wicked hang time on Wild Eagle because it is running. I've never seen it run this slow. I've never had my camera out at a good time to get a video of it, but hopefully I will in a little bit. It is just barely making it through those inversions. We might see it go down later if the wind picks up or anything, I don't know, but I'm gonna go get some hang time. Heading into Wild Eagle, it looks like Fire Chaser Express is our first weather casualty of the day. I don't know if it just has a low temperature threshold or what the deal is. I'll look that up later. I thought the lowest temperature threshold was lightning rod, but I might be wrong on that. So let's go take a ride. I'm going near the center to maximize my hang time. Here we go. We're running 2 trains even though there's like not a soul here, so I'm gonna get a few rides as long as, you know, it's literally a walk-on. Yeah, here's the other train. They really don't need 2 trains today, but they are running them, so I appreciate it. Alright, one's in the middle, one's in the front row. I'm gonna go ahead and say I think Wild Eagle does run better in the cold. Maybe that's an unpopular opinion. I'm gonna go ride Tennessee Tornado now because it's actually running 2 trains. Just hit the brake run here. And yeah, I don't know why a lot of people say that they never see this ride run 2 trains, and maybe I'm just lucky. But most of the time I'm here, it does run 2 trains. So maybe I'm just lucky. But I've also heard people say that the ride can't run 2 trains, which is false because there you go. It would not have stopped on that brake run if that was the case. So yeah, other train just left the station. So now I just want to move in. Usually they are pretty good with dispatches on this ride, where the other train will be already out of the station by the time this one gets back, but, you know, it's all good. Yeah, my assumption with this is that they were anticipating much higher crowds today. Here comes the other train, because the rain and cold came pretty last minute. So I guess they were anticipating higher crowds and had all the rides set up for higher capacities that they didn't need, but as long as they're set up this way, not much of a reason to take them off. Check out the Dollywood Express coming back around the corner of the mountain. Maybe I'll get on that today. It's actually running. But I just got off a Tennessee Tornado. It's great. I'll go back and forth on how I feel about it. I mean, it is have a great drop. It's very forceful, but it's gotten a little bit bumpy, especially when you're riding in the back row. It really rocks. So I don't know about that, but still a fantastic ride. Easily my favorite aero coaster I've ridden, but I just don't know how to compare it to some of the rest of the rides here because the other coasters here are so good, and that one's just, it's a little bit rocky with age. It seems to be mostly with the trains and not the profiling of the track, so maybe it's correctable. We'll see. It is extremely rare to see Fire Chaser with nearly no wait whatsoever. So I'm taking advantage of it. It's a little longer than I thought, but still, this is usually all full. I'll take this. Forgot to mention we're getting off of Fire Chaser, but all of the special effects are actually working, which is great because I rode 2 weeks ago and not a single one was working, unfortunately. So I'm very happy to see them all fixed. Something else I forgot to mention for 2022, Mysilian Smokehouse is back open, and the Barbecue Corner is back closed. Barbecue Corner was just a quick service edition of that restaurant anyway, so I guess it makes sense. But yeah, I just find it weird that there are now 2 barbecue restaurants in Crestons Valley. I don't know if they serve different things or not. I've never been to the Mysilian Smokehouse, but you know, maybe they replace that with something else. Who knows? Oh, love to see it. Looks like Iron Horse Pizza is open. This is closed for the first 3 weeks, I guess almost the first month of 2022 because of supply chain issues. This is their new for 2022 restaurant, replacing the old flatbread place. And let's see what it looks like. Oh, we got screens for menus. All right. Looks like we got about the same menu as before. The one change being the Conductor's Pizza has changed to the Klondike Katie, which is the name of one of their trains. You can see all the indoor seating has been removed to be replaced with queuing, which is good because lines won't spread out on the midway anymore. More kitchen space, should be more efficient operations and everything. Losing my train of thought. I like the screens. Very nice in here. And when you pick up a pizza, you check out on one of these 2 stands on the ends. Very cool. They got salads and stuff too. Good options. Sweet. In the new outdoor seating area, everybody under the cover today and not in the open seats over there because it is still sleeting. You get a nice view of the train, which is kind of the point of that. Really like that. Inside there was nice. It is a shame they got rid of the indoor seating because, as you can see, for whatever reason, there's no installed heat here, which is weird because the outdoor seating at Wildwood Grove has heaters in the cover. We don't have that here, so you don't really have an option when it's a cold day like today, which especially sucks because this is a park that's open into the winter. I got the Klondike Katie, which is the name of their Meat Lovers Pizza flatbread thing. It looks like it's probably about exactly the same as Victoria's, but Victoria's was definitely in need of a refurb anyway. The Cinderella's on the track today, which is their other train. One complaint I have is with the cut. As you can see, they've gone Kentucky Kingdom style. When we were at Kentucky Kingdom, just did one slice from corner to corner instead of cutting it into edible pieces like Victoria's did. That is a complaint I have. Overall, the pizza seems like it's probably the same as Victoria's though, which is much, much better than the flatbreads we had at Kentucky Kingdom. That was good. It was, I think, just as good as the Victoria's. It didn't taste as fresh, but I think that's because with Victoria's, they were usually backed up, which they were cooking everything basically to order. And today, because there's not many people here and they have the higher capacity kitchen, they just have a bunch of it sitting there. So who knows how long that was sitting out. But yeah. The train departs in about 5 minutes, and it looks like they're mostly empty because it's such a light day. Since I've had such bad luck getting on it lately, I'm gonna go for it. Don't even need ice today, I'm measuring because it's so cold. After this frigid train ride, I'm gonna go, do something warm indoors.
Pulling out of the depot at any moment. As we get ready to depart, let me remind you of a couple of the safety rules you'll need to know for our trip today. Please remember to remain seated at all times. This does include small children, as they are not permitted to stand on your lap, on the seat, or on the floor. If you have small children in your group, please have them sit in the center portion of your seat with an adult on the outside edges. Also, remember to keep all body parts inside the car at all times, and the use of tobacco products is not permitted during our trip. Thank you.
getting ready to move. I'm gonna get in the middle of the train because this doesn't happen very often, where the train's empty enough that you can have so much space to yourself. And it is pouring sleet. Oh my God.
All right, folks, as we begin our journey up the mountain, everybody look over to your left and wave at our depot master, Matt. Tell him we'll see him in a day or two. We've been gone no longer than a week. Bye, Matt. Try to stay dry.
Where is he? There he is. Bye, dude.
Everybody wave at old Matt and tell him we'll see him later. Now, we here at Dollywood are known as the friendliest people in the Smokies, and we like to keep it that way. So as we go out of town on the count of 3, let's give everybody a big howdy. 1, 2, 3.
Howdy!
Good job, guys. You might want to get 2 loads because one will not make it back to the car.
Can confirm.
As we go through Owen's farm, up thousands of troops and other personnel rode behind this train and others like her. Up to 34 trains a day helped in construction of this military highway, and in only 9 months what became impossible became possible. I bet you didn't know you was riding behind a true veteran of World War II. We here at Dollywood are proud of all branches of the service, and our thoughts and prayers go out with those that are on active duty today. And in 1977, she was sold to an East Tennessee theme park by the name of Silver Dollar City. And that is when she affectionately became known as Cinderella.
Around the welding.
So would y'all like to hear the engineer play a tune on that Baldwin locomotive whistle on the count of 3? He'll say, blow the whistle. 1, 2, 3.
Blow the whistle!
Blow the whistle. Give them a round of applause, guys.
Yeah.
It was established as a national park back in 1934 and one of the most visited parks in the United States today.
Normally they're back there.
Now, as we round the bend, if you'll look up over on top of the mountain, you will see a house up on top of there. Can anybody tell me whose house that is up there?
Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
We don't know. It's a rental cabin. Mountain each day. And we here at Dollywood are proud of our engine and our crews that runs it, and we hope y'all have enjoyed riding behind just as much as we have.
I think this is all food and flower festival stuff, not Christmas stuff. Let's see what idiots are riding Smoky Mountain River Rampage today. For reference, it's currently 39 degrees.
You can get over here on this rampage and get a Saturday night bath, and it is good in cold water.
Got nobody. Oh, why they're still running it? It's 39 degrees.
Coming up on your right, this green building, this is where Cinderella will show you she sleeps at night. It's Dollywood's engine shop. I need everyone to do me a favor when we get into the depot and please remain seated. Please remain seated. I'll tell you when it's safe to exit. Please remain seated.
Last time I rode this was July.
Please remain seated.
It started downpouring the second we were about to get off. But if it downpours here, it'll be sleet, not a thunderstorm. So that's good. That exit to the train dropped us off right at Song Theater. And I haven't watched Hut Song in a little while, so I'm gonna go watch it. Also, I can't feel my hands, so it's indoors. Hopefully it's heated. Here we are, heading inside here. Wow. Show starts at 1:30, so I timed it pretty good getting off the train. And yeah, obviously I can't record during the show, but I just love this theater. It is so well done. You even have special effects like the waterfall and smoke over there. Yeah, so this is like a multi-sensory kind of show. So like during it, you have not just that waterfall, but there's some other special effects that go off around the theater. You actually get rained on at one point, which is kind of cool. I've been getting rained on all day, so that won't be a big deal. And yeah, my only complaint is that the film on the screen, this first opened in like 1994, I think, has not been edited since. It's the same movie, so the movie's a little bit dated. But the special effects hold up really well, in my opinion. So yeah, loved this last time I saw it. And also, did get confirmation, it is heated and air conditioned in this building. So it's very, very warm and cozy compared to out there. It's kind of cool they have an old hand-painted sign for it. But yeah, I loved that. I literally forgot how good that was. Like, really good. I mean, it is very 90s. But I think, again, the special effects really did hold up pretty well, I think. There's a perfect blend of special effects with the movie. It's really just the movie is a little bit dated. Like I said, it kind of felt like you were watching a like 90s TV production. But other than that, it was really good. So when I say that I feel like that needs a refurbishment, I just mean like a new movie. And honestly, you could keep the exact same storyline, just like re-record everything. I feel like that would work really well. And for a sleety ride on the carousel, I won't let you record on here while the ride's going. But before we start, here we go. We're protected from the rain and sleet from in here. It's been a while since I've ridden the carousel, so I just did, as you saw. It's fun. Carousels they're fun. They're nice, classic amusement park attractions. I forget that Dollywood has one because it's so tucked back in here in the village, but it's also good that it's here because it's really the only thing in the village in terms of rides, other than the Dollywood Express. Smoky Mountain String Band has moved to the Valley Theater this year, which, despite being an outdoor theater, does have heaters. Look at that. They're not great. They don't have the best coverage, but it is quite a bit warmer under this cover than it is out there, which is good because I am pretty freezing to the bone, so I can feel the radiation of this heater on my back. It feels pretty good. Looks like they're getting ready to start here as the train comes by on its return run. Oh, there you are.
They're so blue, they're so blue, saints in the lights, 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 in the gospel light, let it shine, from shore to shore, in the lights, in the lights, in the gospel light, let it shine, forever.
Smoky Mountain String Band, still not my favorite musical group here. They're talented, but I don't feel like they're quite as good as some of the other similar offerings here. Some of their jokes are kind of funny. I wonder if the Village Depot Theater here has any kind of heating. I really hope it does, because I want to come watch the Tones. I'm really a sucker for that kind of acapella group kind of stuff. Sorry, I can't think straight because I'm so freaking cold. So yeah, no heat for us. There's heat for the performers there, which is nice. They'll stay warm. We won't. It's so random how many of these pavilions or which ones do and don't have heat. And some of that might come down to the fact that I think they are either natural gas or propane heaters that they use here, so they be limited where they can run the cast lines. But like, come on, you can get electric outdoor heaters. I think every pavilion should have one here, at least 99% of them. Like, come on. You have lights in here, you can run heaters. On the brighter side though, it's about 3 p.m. and the sun has finally appeared. Heck yeah, blue sky. Hopefully we're done with rain and sleet and snow.
Brighten up your darkest day. Come alive, come alive. Go and light your light, let it burn so bright. Reach it up to the sky, to the sky. Open wide, you're electrified.
And the world is a fantasy, and you're more than you could ever be. To dream with your eyes wide open. Ooh, I'm drowning in the night. Oh, you're the one I trust. Ooh, I'm just coming back to let you know. I could never say it on the phone. We'll never let you go this time. Oh, ooh, I'm drowning in the night. Oh, you're the one I trust. Every little thing she does is magic. Everything she do just turns me on. And even though my life before was tragic, now I know my love for her goes on.
I freaking love that. I'm just such a sucker for that kind of acapella stuff. So good. Probably my favorite music show here, to be completely honest. Warm welcome back to the early 2000s music as we head back into Country Fair. Ride some of these rides that I haven't ridden in a long time. I kind of want, if it's open, I want to give another try to Dizzy Disc, see if it's as bad as I remembered it. Lemon Twist, which is their teacup ride that I just did, you can get it spinning pretty fast. And I got myself pinned to the back of the seat with force, but that didn't do very good for my nausea, but it's all good. And that's the Road of the Amazing Flying Elephants, which is their your classic Dumbo ride. It's pretty good. Dizzy Disc was closed for inclement weather, unfortunately. Apparently they had a lot of water buildup, so I'll come up later, or I'll come back later after they dried it a bit. Let the cold be no more. The sun is finally shining. No more clouds. The sky's pretty blue. And even though it's still like 42 degrees, it feels very warm. Watch Wild Roots again because they have a lot of different people on that band this year. And I maintain that while it's decent, it's more of a like passing by show than a sit down and watch show. I guess that's kind of evidenced by the fact that there's not any seating around the area. If you want to watch it, you gotta either stand up or you can go sit on like the edge of the flower beds like I did. But while that show was going on, they came over the announcement PA to tell us that due to inclement weather, the park will be closing at 5 p.m. today, which like, what the heck? Look, you saw this morning, it was just pouring sleet for hours and they operated like nothing was happening. And now that it's starting to warm up and the sun's coming out and like, it will hit the highest temperature of the day right now on the forecast around 5 p.m. It's going to get up into it's actually supposed to get up into the mid 50s around 5. So like, and it's not going to rain anymore today. It makes no sense why they're closing it at 5, but whatever, I guess. It kind of threw a wrench in my plans for the rest of the day. I was going to get on some more country fair rides and watch a few more shows. Kind of had the whole rest of my day planned out, but they cut it 2 hours short, so I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do now. Yeah, this is crazy, what the heck? So Daredevil Falls and Smoky Mountain River Rampage, which is their log flume and the River Rapids ride respectively. I'm right outside the River Rapids ride right now. They were both running this morning when it was 35 degrees and snowing. They actually don't close until temperatures drop below 32 degrees, below freezing. So you saw earlier from the train, they were operating. And now they're closed for the day. Doesn't make any sense. I don't know why. I guess nobody was riding them, but I would think they would have closed them a lot earlier than they did. But it's kind of cool. You can see the sort of river rapids ride looks like when it's not drained, but also not rapids-ified. It's all turned off, as you can see. It's kind of cool, I guess. I mean, it is kind of fun if you're absolutely stupid like me to like ride a water ride when it's like 40 or 50 degrees. It's quite a shocking experience, but you can. I actually brought a change of clothes in my backpack in case I wanted to do that when it warmed up today. I wasn't going to do it when it was like in the 30s. I personally don't think they should run the water rides when it's in the 30s and sleeting like that, because that really becomes like a hypothermia issue. But I guess everyone else figured that out because no one was riding. But 40 or 50, it can still be a hypothermia issue, but it can also be fun if you know how to manage it. But I won't have that experience today because they're closed, which I guess is a good thing. That means I won't get to do anything stupid. Check out this corner of River Rampage. It's like mostly empty and all the water is still flowing that way, whereas it's stationary over there and very high. So I guess that area is lower down, and so all the water just flows downhill down there. It's very interesting. I've really only seen this ride in 2 states, being running or drained. So it's kind of weird to see it just what it's like when they just, you know, turn it off. I wanted to make sure you all knew. At first I thought last time I was here that the not was shot and shot was not joke was a casualty of this whole expansion outdoor seating area thing. But have no fear, it's still over here. Because I knew it was kind of on this pathway down to Country Fair that doesn't exist anymore. But no, they left it, so thank heavens. So yeah, here lies John not shot. You can see his boots. He's you know, not was shot and shot was not. So in this case, it is better to be shot than not. That's so like not a 21st century politically appropriate joke, and that's why I love that it's here so much. But it's kind of weird that you cannot cut back to Country Fair from here anymore. I'm pretty sure the Country Fair sign used to be somewhere around here where this brand new deck is. They moved it over there, and also there is some weirdness when you get down here. It used to be right when you kind of got into Country Fair, there were the restrooms, but now you have to walk all the way around this building. It's a little bit weird because I went in them earlier. All right, I got rides on all 3: Demolition Derby, Waltzing Swinger, and Scrambler just now. Demolition Derby it's still probably the worst bumper cars I've ever done. But Waltzing Swinger is fun. It's just your traditional boy swinger type ride, which I've always enjoyed growing up. So it was more of a nostalgia trip than anything. And then Scrambler, I forget how intense and thrilling that little flat ride is. Just all of the Scramblers, they're pretty similar, but I hadn't ridden the Scrambler in a while, and man, I got some weird thrills that I haven't even gotten on major roller coasters in a while. So that was a lot of fun. I'll have to check out Scrambler more often while I'm here, and I guess Scrambler type rides at other parks as well. Whoa, I just missed it. Let's see if I can catch up. The train just left the passenger cars here and took off. So I guess that is traditional end of the day stuff. They have detached the passenger cars, and you can see the locomotive going off, and oh, it's gonna back into the depot. I actually saw them flipping the track switch when I was down by Waltzing Swinger. This is actually really cool. So it's just the engine and the tender, and I guess this is how they back it into storage for the night. So here he comes. Or I'm sorry, here she comes. There you go. Very fun. We're opening back up here. You can't really see the depot from Country Fair. I would go back down there to show you guys. But yeah, it's going by train. All right, I'm gonna do what I normally do, which is close out the night with some good old lightning rod. We're about 20 minutes from park closing. let's get a few rides here. I'm not that concerned about getting last ride of the night per se. I gave up on that dream. I just want to get some rides. All right, got a ride. Probably could have gotten 2 if they were running 2 trains, but they're only running 1, understandably. You saw that this morning. All right, let's get out of here. Walking out here, I'm just gonna walk, not take a tram. It's pretty close. But this is the nicest it's felt all day. Like, I'm not shivering. I'm a tiny bit chilly, but I'm not really that cold. It's up to 46 degrees now. I'm adequately dressed for that, and the clouds are back, but there's more sunlight than there was earlier. Not really any precipitation, and yet the park is closed early for inclement weather. That is pretty comical, in my opinion, considering the heavy snow and sleet this morning. And this is when they're like, oh, no, we're done. Yes, I complained earlier about there not being a walkway. Apparently this is the walkway, technically. There is space between the fence and all the parking spots, but I feel like I meant more of an obvious walkway that was protected from traffic. Because if people are pulling in these parking spots, then I think that's a little bit of a safety issue to be walking this close to them. But, you know, just things for them to consider as they continue reworking their parking lot. Well, as soon as I got back to my car, we got some giant sleet and snow pellets just coming down. Got to the car just in time. Apparently Dollywood did know something we didn't know. But anyways, oh yeah, look at it starting to accumulate on the ground a little bit. I mean, it's all gonna melt, but like, still. That was definitely a Dolly-tastic day to remember. Yeah, definitely one of the most interesting amusement park experiences I've ever had. Literally walking around in 30 degrees sleet. So yeah, was it fun? I mean, no, but also yes. It's one of those things, you know what I mean? It's horrible, but it's fun at the same time. I guess it's just kind of funny. I don't know. But I'm already excited to come back tomorrow. As I mentioned before, I'm coming with a bunch of friends tomorrow. I'll still vlog that day, but that will be like me. I won't really be making any of the decisions because I come here so much. I'll just be along for whatever they want to do and just give advice when I need to, because I guess I'm basically the Dollywood expert at this point. But yeah, no, I love coming to this park. Some people think it's crazy that I go to amusement parks as often as I do, and will think it even crazier that I'm doing, 2 days in a row. But I mean, peak coaster enthusiasts, you know what I'm saying? Just, this is what we do. We go to parks way too freaking much. And I guarantee you can find plenty of enthusiasts that visit their local parks way more than I do. Especially if it's like, because for me it's about a 45-minute drive. For people that it's like 20 or 30-minute drive, I hear a lot of them will go like multiple times a week, which that might start to get excessive for me, but some people do that. So I know a lot of my viewers are not in the coaster enthusiast world, and what I'm saying is what I'm doing is not as crazy as you think it is. But yeah, tomorrow it's supposed to get up to in the 70s, so let's pray that actually happens and we don't have another day like today tomorrow. So you'll see that vlog probably very soon by the time you're watching this. I also still need to build my lightning rod nano coaster. That will be its own video. And I also want to start visiting some other amusement parks. I've already been to Dollywood like 5 times in a month, which is crazy. So there will definitely be plenty of other places I want to visit, but I'm not sure exactly how quickly that'll happen because I have a lot of stuff going into the end of semester with school and everything. And of course, that comes before going to amusement parks, as much as I wish it didn't. Yeah, don't worry. Plenty of amusement park content and lots of other crazy things. I thought about doing a first-time playthrough of Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga, because that looks pretty lit. So yeah, there'll be video game content too, and all sorts of stuff. This channel is just an agglomeration, if you will, of things that I enjoy and want to share in video format. And so, who knows what it's going to be next. Okay, bye-bye, gals. I've been talking too long. I should go home.